Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Memes of the Week. The best thing you can do for this channel is beat that like button like it owes you money before watching this, so it reaches a wider audience. Also, before I get on with the memes, first a word from today's sponsor, Kevin J. Johnston.
The Canada Revenue Agency is stealing money from Canadians at an insane rate. I know how to stop this because I'm a tax expert. I know how to beat corporate tax, personal income tax, GST, payroll tax. If you want to get rid of all of your tax bills in Canada, contact me right now. Your taxes are going to go to zero legally. KevinJJohnston.com. Book your consultation right now at KevinJJohnston.com. KevinJJohnston.com.
And now on with the memes. Number one, younger Americans are now more likely than older generations to believe negative stereotypes about Jewish people. That probably has a lot to do with wealth inequality. When Mr. Mustache came to power in Germany, the Jews in his country were more prosperous than the German people, so it was easy to scapegoat them. Also, the flattening of the Gaza Strip and tunnels under New York City didn't help much with their cause. Moving on, China has released this disturbing calorie app. It says that a cashew has 9 calories and a Pomeranian has 327. That's gotta be per serving, because a whole Pomeranian is at least 750 calories. Just be glad there isn't a baby in the background. But I don't think this app is Chinese because that's the Japanese language on the screen. If they get a Dahmer add-on for the app, I'll tell you how many calories those fingers are. The bottom line is pets, babies, and even fingers are emergency food supplies if things get really bad enough. Up next, an 11-year-old girl and 34-year-old woman were punctured with a pointy object in London's Leicester Square. It must be the damn far right again. Why does Nigel Farage keep doing this? But according to the leftist government, mean tweets are more hurtful than actual violence. Brits need to stop resisting their government officials and minorities, as they clearly know what's best for them. The thought criminals have already filled up the jails. Number 4, here's the difference between what type of guy needs to get a haircut and the others that look great. Maybe this should be an insult test. If you look better with shorter hair, then you're not a Chad. That's what I think this really means. Also, to think that women will judge you based on a few inches of bone and skin is absolutely crazy. Moving on, modern women won't go 50-50 on a date with you unless you're the best guy they can get, or you're a Chad. So instead of going 50-50 with a guy on their own level, they would rather just go out to ladies' night and pay 50-50 there. But you know that for most, once they get past 40 or 50, they'll gladly pay 100% to keep a man around if they can find one that'll actually want to be seen with them. Moving on, apparently this warrior buried 1,000 years ago may have been non-binary. Wow, I didn't know that a DNA test could detect woke people 1,000 years ago. It's amazing the hoops woke retards will jump through to prove their mental illness is perfectly normal. Can DNA tests reveal if this individual has a bonus hole in addition to traces of being non-binary? Then again, maybe they found out because they them inscribed their pronouns in their armor in addition to the blue hair dye. Number 7, this talentless woke dancer at the Olympics was mocked online, and Australia's Olympic chief blames sexism for the criticism. Whenever they fail, they always blame men. Standard operating procedure. Because you know there's nothing in this world that men hate more than a woman dancer. She was just terrible, and the criticism is what she wanted, so she could attack men and call us sexist. If we were smart, we never would have said anything and just let her cry quietly into her cornflakes. Up next, recent Susan Wojcicki passed away from cancer. I bet someone tried to give her CPR, but the video had a 2-minute long unskippable ad on it, and so it was too late to save her life. Obviously, CPR couldn't have saved her from cancer. But you know that out there somewhere in internet land, someone tried to look up the Heimlich maneuver while someone was choking, and got an ad in the way of saving somebody's life. And it was a policy implemented by Susan. Number 9 are the differences between how men and women make money. Women marry rich and sell spicy pictures and videos of themselves to male strangers online. Both strategies revolve around extracting wealth from men. Men, on the other hand, make their money working 78 hours a week or inventing something. Once we make our money, if we stay away from women, we can starve that yeast beast. Also find as many legal tax avoidance strategies to keep the government from redistributing that money to them. Moving on, this meme is based on something I've seen real women say, that they wish the men could go off to war and die. And a guy asked her if she was sure she wanted that, because back in those days there was also food rationing. I guess there were plenty of skinny potential wives for all the men that made it back home. So much for women claiming they want equality. If they wanted to be like men, then they should have formed a Cooch battalion and marched off into battle. Number 11, Wambo says that real men don't care about a woman's past. If a woman says something like this, then you know her body count is easily in the mid-double digit range, and maybe even the triple digits. Remember guys, when a woman gives you her notch count, what she's really doing is giving the propaganda number. For all we know, her real number could be in the thousands. You never know. Also, whenever a woman starts a sentence by saying the two words real men, she's going to try and shame you to take a bad deal. Up next, this woman discusses how there are tons of creeps out there that want to date her because she looks like a child. I'm sure that Joe Biden would love to get a sniff of her. This is like fat women complaining that the only men that want them are chubby chasers, or trans women that say that only chasers want them too. Women don't want to be fetish material. No matter how short, fat, or male they are, they all want the same top-notch chats. Number 13, the International Olympic Committee announces they lost $2 billion, and that the games may never recover. What do you expect when they insult the 2 billion Christians out there with a gay smurf? $2 billion spent on a smurf when the athletes don't get paid anything, and the medals aren't even made of real gold or silver. Here are the female boxers at the 2024 Paris Olympics, using the restroom before they fight each other. Moving on, she who was a he got him who was a her pregnant. I feel really bad for that baby. It doesn't stand a chance. Then again, if it's a boy, all that extra testosterone might inoculate him against the woke mind virus. The so-called dude on the left looks like a pregnant discount Ryan Gosling. Just reading this also gave me a headache. This looks like they've achieved a new level of virtue signaling. This is the left's dream. Weak feminized men and strong empowered women. Number 15, two migrants in New York's Coney Island raped a woman at knife point, allegedly. Because you never knew, it might have just been a false allegation. Funny how that's only a possibility when they're illegals. Kamala voters need to wake up. She's intentionally led migrants through the border in record numbers, so if there was a civil war, they will fight the conservatives. That's why America needs to finish the wall and deport them all. Up next, women remember the attractive men that give them thrilling tingles, not the guys that keep them safe and are predictable. This is right, that dull and boring men are easily forgotten just like anything else in life. The only reason a woman wants a dull man is to provide stability so that she can raise Chad's baby. Don't be the dull simp that she settles down with. Number 17, this woman says, isn't it odd being high maintenance is used in a derogatory way? But who wants to put effort into being with this woman that's a 3? She sounds like she ate one too many paint chips while she was younger. She looks low maintenance but thinks men should treat her the way they treat high maintenance chicks. She's unlocked a new level of delusion here. Moving on, this woman is upset because her husband pissed her off. Because he hardly initiates sex with her. He just goes to work, watches his show, and takes a nap. This guy sounds like Al Bundy for some reason, always denying Peggy sex. Clearly he has all the control in the relationship, and she can't leave him, because she can't do any better than him, and he probably knows it. Now this woman knows what it feels like, being 99% of frustrated married men out there. Number 19, is this the teacher of the year? She gave Hummers to her students and let them run a train on her. Seems like homeschooling is the only way to protect your son from these female predators now. If I had a son, I'd send him to public school and tell him to seduce one of his teachers and then get her arrested and thrown into prison. It'll do wonders for his self-esteem. Then again, maybe this is the new sex ed reward system to deter students from skipping school or something. Running trains will make them eager to learn more. Up next, say what you want about the 2024 Olympics, it was the most memed, with a gay smurf twerking pole vaulters, feminist breakdancers, and a Turkish hitman taking the silver medal in shooting. Here's my favorite meme. The people they replace might as well be aliens. Then again, on second thought, this is my favorite. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. It's Gallipoli revisited. Number 21, Alyssa here is health focused and says that her perfect match is a trusting and healthy man that doesn't smoke or drink alcohol or do drugs that damage the liver. And the guy must actually have both of his kidneys. She's not only health focused, she's planning on harvesting your organs. I'm sure that if you're an hour's drive from Beijing, that's a plus. You should worry about waking up in a bathtub filled with ice if you meet up with her. Moving on, these women say that they have the best genes. But genes aren't just about looks. They also have to do with behavior and personality. I bet these women are bipolar and yell at men. I think we can also throw a borderline or two in there as well. The one on the far right looks like an Olsen twin. But we all know what they really mean is that they've got the best denim jeans. So it either proves that they aren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, or they're doing this intentionally to mess with people's minds. Number 23, this woman is angry about the absolute cruelty of the patriarchy and how it damages women. Imagine being crazy enough as a man to believe that the patriarchy even exists in 2024. Remember, guys, she hates the patriarchy but still expects a tall man who can protect and provide for her. If patriarchy is as bad, then just imagine what a matriarchy is going to look like. She's probably angry because some Chad boinked her and then tossed her aside. Up next, here's the patriarchy at it again with the female CEO of Logitech saying that people will enjoy paying a monthly fee to use a mouse. She says that they're really going to love it. She's going to wreck her own company. Doesn't she know that people can just order a Logitech knockoff for $5, including delivery from China? But that might not work because they also do gaming and could force people to use their monthly mouse rental in order to play those games. Number 25 and the last one, this boomer says that weak men create hard times. Millennials and Zoomers say, you're the weak men who created those hard times. Yes, that's true because many boomers were raised spoiled because their parents gave them everything from the 1950s onwards. Their parents created good times, and good times create weak men. The boomers embraced the pill, abortion, no-fault divorce, and the sexual revolution empowering women. Enough said. So that's it for another Memes of the Week. Please give this video a like to push it up in the algorithm and so new viewers can find it. If you enjoy this series and want me to keep making it, then donate it to PayPal and Subscribestar links below. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers.